All right, question of the week. We had a real tough training session right now. Hot, in the middle of a heat wave here in California. The temperature said 102, 103 earlier when we were training. You see that? Yeah, hot. Real hot. We're getting ready for the competition. You know, when the team starts sort of, you know, mentally struggling, we've been talking about mindfulness, right? Mental strength, all that. How do you, as a coach, inspire or, you know, push or, you know, whatever sort of, you know, word you want to put in place of that? How do you get the team ready? How do you keep us pushing and going? You know, especially when people are maybe start complaining about the heat, which it's
sitting out rounds,
or being too tired, or
I kind of get it. Like some of the regular students that just are just practitioners, they don't want to compete, which is fine. It's a little different. They understand though, like we're all there to help our team, you know, get better. We're in here training every day. So now we're just upping the ante a little bit, pushing the guys who are competing to, you know, so they're involved in it as well.
Yeah.
You know, but the guys who committed to it, it's like one of those things. It's just like one more round, one more this. It's like mentally, you have to mentally like play those games with yourself.
Yeah.
Stop using the right side of your brain, like the emotional, the feelings, and getting involved in those, because those will allow you to just like quit.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. It's like I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing. I'm not competing because I understand how hard it is to compete and to prepare yourself correctly, without giving those mental excuses like, oh, if I would have done this, I would have won, or if I would have done this, I would have got second place instead of, you know, third, or first instead of second.
You're almost putting yourself mentally in the position to lose.
Right.
Yeah.
By working kind of half butt, like working hard but not working hard, sitting out rounds, taking breaks. You know, it's just like one more round, one more this, one more that you can do, and just keep telling yourself, like positive reinforcements, telling yourself. And I'm doing it with them. It's not like I'm, you know, just sitting around or
barking orders.
Barking orders or just doing it. Whatever they do, I do.
Yeah.
You know. Even the stuff after the push-ups, the sit-ups.
You were talking about earlier about, you know, like, you know, sometimes it's like a 9-to-5 guys or people who haven't competed. How do you think, you know, the 9-to-5 people or the people who haven't competed before or who haven't competed like as much as, let's say, a wrestler or myself? At the time. How much do you think that plays into, because they've never been in that position of pushing themselves harder to mentally get ready for the tournament? How much does that play a role, you know, into, like, you know, as we're really pushing the pace and really, you know, that maybe we start to break down a little bit or whatever?
Yeah, it's one of those things, like for yourself and those other guys who've grappled or competed before, it's like in their head, like, I want to do this. They have the why.
Yeah.
So they're already kind of switched on. The guys who are trying it, like, hey, I want to compete. I want to push myself and test myself. Physically, mentally, emotionally. It's like one of those things that have good guys like you who've wrestled in college and those types of things, or other guys like myself who used to compete and kind of understand the feelings and all the things you got to push through.
Like what it takes.
What it takes, exactly. And so when we start pushing hard like this and guys want to sit out, they start like taking off their gi. Yeah. It's like, okay, take a quick breath. Can you go? Are you alive? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Keep going, and just it has all of these guys around you who've done it before, pushing you like, hey, let's go. Like I had you go with Jose, like, let's go.
Yeah, push.
You can do it. Push. Let's just go.
As a coach, like how do you sort of tread the line between pushing someone too hard, where they can, you know, people do mentally give up and they won't show up tomorrow, versus pushing them to, you know, like they say, you know, if you want gold, you got to put it through the fire.
Right. You know, like everybody always says, no pressure, no diamonds, no this, no that. Iron sharpens iron. Yeah. Well, I understand if you're not a competitor and you're just, you know, I understand certain people are not in it, you know, to get pushed like that. That's okay. Yeah. But I know who those guys are. I know who doesn't really need it. Or there's a lot of guys who compete that don't need me to, like, do the Dan Gable or the other brothers at Iowa. What are the Brands brothers? I think their name. I don't need to ride them like that. They're in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to say anything. You just do it. Same thing. It's just the guys that are kind of new to the competition experience. You got to kind of like, hey, you got this. Just keep going. You know, and that's why I always tell them, like, if you train all the time, and then you got a competition coming up, give yourself 2 hard months to up to ante a little bit and get ready and adjust. But if you compete twice a week, and then you're trying to get ready in 2 months, it's probably not enough. So it's just being aware of each personality, each kind of person that's around the room. Like, who's the competitors, who's not, who pushes this way, who can you push this way, who can't you push this way, who gets to...
Like, I noticed earlier today you were matching us up. You're like, you go with you, you go with you, you go with you. And I didn't necessarily understand some of your matchups, but, you know, I'm trusting. I'm like, okay, you know, there's probably a reason. You know?
Some of the matchups were based on size, based on weight, based on a lot of different things. And not just that, it's a whole 40, 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes that we were going. So it's not, you know, it's not easy. Doesn't matter who you're going with.
It was tough today.
And halfway through, everybody started feeling it. You know, so it's just learning how to push everybody different, but just know it's, you know, everybody in here knows we push them and get on them because I want everybody to do better. Pretty sure every coach out there that pushes their students, it's not out of ill intent. It's out of getting the best out of them. You know, trying to push them to, like, you know, to that next level mentally. You know, because like we said today, it's like everything that it's probably the same in wrestling. Everything you learn in wrestling can translate to the real life. Mental pushing.
The mindset. Definitely.
Waking up tired, having to do work, having to do paperwork, whatever. Mentally getting up and doing it, man. It's the same thing. So,
Awesome.